Joining us now to discuss private equity and how women could be impacted by more investment flows in Africa, particularly in East Africa, is Alex-Handra Aime, who's Director of the private equity company Emerging Capital Partners, ECP. Thanks so much, Alex, for your time. Obviously, we're told that as investors internationally are looking for higher yield, frontier markets, emerging markets are coming to the fore, more money is flowing into Africa. Is it flowing in huge volumes?
It is. We've seen significant uptake in terms of the volume and value of private equity deals. Just this year alone in Southern and Eastern Africa, we've recorded more than 150% improvement. So there's already been more than $200 million worth of private equity transactions in East Africa alone this year, which is greater than all of last year.
We're told that new money is looking for new opportunities, particularly in the oil and gas space, in telecoms and in infrastructure. That doesn't say women to me.
Well, I think it's women benefit quite significantly from those sectors. So specifically, let's look at telecoms. By being able to drive broadband adoption in East Africa, what that's doing is allowing SMEs, it's allowing entrepreneurs to flourish, and women absolutely play a very significant role in SME development.
When we talk about investment vehicles that would benefit niche female-dominated industries, I mean, a company like Wiphold in South Africa comes to the fore. Is it important for us to set up women's investment vehicles?
I think it depends on the particular country and the history of that country in terms of the challenges. South Africa obviously has a very unique one, and so institutions like Wiphold have a very specific role to play. As you move across the continent, those sorts of histories aren't there, and women are able to participate much more actively and robustly in the capital markets and financial services than elsewhere. If you look at East Africa, you just had ahead of time two very distinguished women in the private sector and financial services. So it depends on the context, really.
I mean, talking about East Africa, I'm always fascinated by how you see investment being driven in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. You have a lot of cooperatives being used as vehicles, and particularly within the rural economy. That's where women come to the fore, and banks like Equity Bank creating retail banking products for women in rural areas. What's the picture like within the rest of the sub-region?
Sure. I think actually East Africa poses a provides some very unique examples, and those examples are being taken elsewhere. For example, Emerging Capital Partners, ECP, we invested in a company called Wenanchi. It's a broadband and television company, and as I mentioned, that is having direct impact on education. And once you have an impact on education, that clearly benefits women. That's an opportunity. It's creating the first triple play company in Africa, but it has an opportunity to expand across the continent. As you look at agribusiness investments, other opportunities in healthcare, those are areas where women are going to stand to benefit directly from those investments.
What needs to be done to change the perspective on investment in Africa and people starting to say, that's a company run by women, it's run very well, it's profitable, and it's development oriented?
I think as long as the companies have the right corporate governance structures and are developing or returning the right returns to investors, people aren't going to be concerned whether they're run by women or not. And the fact that women are able to become CFOs at ECP, we've noticed that actually a good 30% of senior management in our portfolio companies are in fact women, and we absolutely expect that to grow over time.